Village of Woodridge on this Thursday, April 6, 2023. The time is 7 p.m. and we call the meeting to order and ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Kagan,
Present.
trustee Abbott,
Present.
trustee Krusek,
Present.
trustee Page,
Present.
trustee Martinez,
Present.
trustee Blair,
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
Quorum established.
Thank you very much. If you would please join us in a moment of silence and in dedicating tonight's meeting to the memory and in honor of Village President Mayor Alice Gallagher of Western Springs and a longtime Woodridge neighbor and friend, Nancy Wallenberg. Our sincere condolences to the Gallagher and Wallenberg families and their friends
on this
and neighbors.
Thursday, April 6,
We will keep
2023.
you in our
The
thoughts
time
and
is 7
prayers.
p.m.
You would please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening, being led by two of our members from our HRAC committee, Debbie and Nan. If you would please lead us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under awards, presentations, and recognitions, we do have three proclamations this evening. And I asked for the first proclamation for National Public Safety Telecommunications Week that Trustee Kagan please read the proclamation for us.
Thank you. Whereas DuPage Public Safety Communications, known as DUCOM, plays a role vital in the protection of human life and property in our community. And DUCOM has been successfully serving the public safety communications of the Village of Woodridge and surrounding communities since 2011. And while enduring long shifts and handling frequent life and death emergencies, DUCOM telecommunicators set a high standard in the performance of their duties in a dedicated, diligent, and compassionate manner. And DUCOM telecommunicators provide a critical communication link between the residents and police, fire, and emergency medical service providers. And these individuals effectively coordinate emergency services to ensure the health and safety of our residents, visitors, and travelers in our cities, towns, villages, districts, and on our highways 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And our public safety communications personnel serve the public daily in countless ways without due recognition by the beneficiary of these services. Now, Gina Cunningham, Mayor, Village of the Woodridge, DuPage, Will, and Cook Counties, Illinois, call upon the citizens of Woodridge and all patriotic, civic, and educational organizations to observe the week, April 9th through the 15th, 2023, as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week in the Village of Woodridge, and urge all citizens of the Village of Woodridge to commend the devotion, contribution, and services of the DUCOM telecommunicators.
Thank you very much, Trustee Kagan. Chief Cunningham, would you like to accept this on behalf of the village? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Please pass on our deepest appreciation to DUCOM and thank them for all the excellent works that they do here throughout the village. Thank you, Chief. And Trustee Page. This would be our next proclamation, which is for the National Arab American Heritage Month.
Whereas Arab Americans have been making valuable contributions to various aspects of American society, including medicine, law, business, education, technology, government, military service, and culture. And whereas men and women of Arab ethnicity have shared their rich culture and traditions with neighbors and friends. Whereas Arab Americans have also enriched our society by sharing their entrepreneurial spirit that makes our nation great, free, and prosperous. Whereas Arab Americans join all Americans in the desire to see a peaceful and diverse society where every individual is treated equally and feels safe. Whereas the incredible contributions and heritage of Arab Americans have helped us build a better nation. Now, therefore, Gina Cunningham, Mayor of the Village of Woodridge, DuPage, Will, and Cook Counties, Illinois, in recognition of Arab Americans past and present in our community, do hereby proclaim April 2023 as National Arab American Heritage Month. Encourage all residents to celebrate our diverse heritage and culture and continue the efforts to create a world that is more just, peaceful, and prosperous for all.
Thank you, Trustee Page. And I'm going to invite Debbie and Nand to please come up, and we'll go ahead and move to our next proclamation, which is the Sikh Awareness and Appreciation Month. So Debbie, on behalf of Trustee Page reading that one, we'd like to be sure that you take that back to the Human Relations Advisory Committee and share with the entire group. So thank you. And then Nan will go ahead, and I've asked Trustee Krusek to please read that into the record. Okay?
Whereas Sikhs have been living in the United States for more than 120 years, and during the early 20th century, thousands of Sikh Americans worked on farms and lumber mills, mines, and on the Western Pacific Railroad lines. And whereas Sikhism is the 5th largest religion in the world, and today there are more than 25 million Sikhs worldwide, and an estimated 500,000 Sikh Americans. And whereas Sikh Americans pursue diverse professions and make rich contributions to the social, cultural, and economic vibrancy of the United States. And whereas Sikh Americans distinguish themselves by fostering respect among all people through faith and service. And whereas Woodridge is committed to educating citizens about the world's religions, the value of religious diversity, tolerance grounded in First Amendment principles, a culture of mutual understanding, and the diminution of violence. And whereas today the village seeks to further the diversity of its community and afford all residents the opportunity to better understand, recognize, and appreciate the rich history and shared experiences of Sikh Americans. Now, therefore, Gina Cunningham, Mayor of the Village of Woodridge, DuPage, Will, and Cook Counties, Illinois, does hereby proclaim April 2023 as Sikh Awareness and Appreciation Month in the Village of Woodridge, and encourage all residents to celebrate our diverse heritage and culture and continue the efforts to create a world that is more just, peaceful, and prosperous for all.
Thank you, Trustee Krusek. And Nan, thank you very much for being here this evening. And I know you will take that back to the Human Relations Advisory Committee and share with everyone. We thank you both for being here this evening. Thank you. Thank you very much. And now we will move to comments from the public, please. We will pause to acknowledge any written public comments that have been received prior to tonight's meeting that do not relate to tonight's agenda. And then we will enter those into the public record.
Thank you, Mayor. We do have 3 written comments that were received prior to the meeting. The village board has been furnished copies of all 3. These will be entered into the public record. All 3 relate to the proposed Trammell Crow office warehouse development that will be heard before the Plan Commission later this month. First comment is from Daniel Santiago Gonzalez. Second comment is from Lauren Mofield. And thirdly is Christina Pfeiffer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now going to ask if there are any members of the public that are here this evening that would like to address the village board on items not related to our agenda. If so, we'd invite you to come right up to the podium. Okay, well, we thank you. Oops, yes, hi. Good evening, sir. Hello.
Hello.
So,
Give us your name and address. My name is Phil DeBeer. I live at 8211 Dunham Road in Woodridge, right next door to the Trammell Crow warehouse proposal. And I don't think I'm going to need 3 minutes. I just want to express my opposition to the project and to the use of that property entirely for a warehouse. I think it's inappropriate in that area. And I appreciate the village board voting down the CA Ventures. And thanks to those of you who did in September 20, I think it was. But in any case, there's another comment is, I think, an item on the agenda. You want me to come back? You want me to incorporate that one?
yes, please go ahead. It's okay.
Please go
This will
ahead.
be an item that is on our agenda then.
Well, it appears to be on part of the agenda. It's on the 117 page job, but I didn't find it on the little summary job, and that is the extension of the zoning code update. I'd just like to express disappointment in the extension and the fact that it's not getting done in a timely fashion. And I'm very disappointed in that aspect. So those two comments.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Would anyone else like to address the village board? Hello, good evening. We welcome you.
Hi, my name is Angie Johnson. I live at 1205 Chesney Court, just right across the street from where the talk about the warehouse will be built. We were here last year or 2 years ago. We don't want it in the neighborhood. It does not belong there. The noise, the lights, it's just going to be. My husband and I are talking about moving. It's so upsetting about this. We don't want this in our neighborhood. It doesn't belong in the neighborhood. I don't mind any other development there, but not a warehouse. 33 docks, it's ridiculous. Has anybody taken a drive there to see what it backs up to? It's sad. It's so sad. Again, if this is gonna come to fruition, my husband and I will be moving. My neighbor did because of this. It just does not belong here.
Thank you very much. Would anyone else like to address the village board this evening? We'll go ahead and move on, and we thank everyone who did speak. So I'm just going to ask our administrator to please, if there is any written public comments that have been received prior to the meeting, that actually items that do appear on tonight's agenda. If so, we would enter those into the public record.
Mayor, we did not receive any.
Thank you very much. Going to go ahead and extend one last time. If anyone that is here this evening that would like to address the village board on items that do appear on tonight's agenda, this is the time if you would like to come up to the podium. Okay, again, we thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and move on to our omnibus agenda this evening. Going to ask please for a motion to approve items A through G.
So moved.
Thank you. Is that trustee Cruz? Thank you. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Is that trustee Abbott? Thank you. Any item that needs to be considered separately this evening? Okay, I'm going to ask our administrator to please review the omnibus for tonight's meeting and enter it into the record.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. Members of the board, good evening. First item A is ordinance 2023-12, an ordinance reserving volume cap in connection with private activity bond issues and related matters. Item B, resolution 2023-21, resolution executing an amendment to the agreement between the Village of Woodridge and Clark Environmental Mosquito Management for the 2023 mosquito abatement services. Item C, resolution 2023-22 is a resolution rejecting bids for Woodridge bid 2023-02, which is waiving the competitive bid process and awarding a contract for the purchase of one drum chipper to Vermeer Midwest out of Aurora. Item D, resolution 2023-23, a resolution in support of tax increment financing. Item E, ordinance 2023-13, an ordinance granting approval of a minor amendment to the PUD plan for townhomes at High Crest. This is with respect to a fence removal at 3514 83rd Street. Item F, resolution 2023-24, is approval of a resolution approving a one-year extension of the street sweeping and disposal services agreement with Lakeshore Recycling Systems out of Morton Grove. Item G, resolution 2023-25, is a resolution authorizing the Director of Public Works to execute certain documents pertaining to the Illinois Department of Transportation, February 2023 MFT section review. And that concludes the omnibus agenda, Mayor.
Thank you very much. And if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page, trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Kagan,
Aye.
motion passes.
Thank you very much. Under the mayor's report this evening, I do have several items. We do have job openings right now at the Village of Woodridge. We are hiring for lateral entry police officers. The Woodridge Police Department is a professional, progressive law enforcement agency consisting of 51 sworn officers. We are a community policing department seeking to build relationships with our community, our neighbors, and our businesses. To apply, please visit the village's website at www.woodridgeil.gov. Yard waste collection began this week. Officially began on April 3rd, and it continues through December 15th. Residents can dispose of yard waste at the curb on their normal refuse collection day. One sticker is required for every 33-gallon unlined container or yard waste paper bag. Brush should be packaged in bundles no more than 4 feet and then by 2 feet in diameter. Each bundle must have a yard sticker, and the items cannot weigh more than 50 pounds. Lastly, please register or consider registering for live country music program taking place at the Woodridge Public Library on Sunday, April 16th at 2 p.m. Here are some of your favorite country hits, songs from Dolly Parton, Patsy Cline, to Johnny Cash and George Strait, sung with lovely harmony and live banjo and guitar by the talented duet of Jennifer Ashley and Joel Simpson. This event is free to the public. Hope all that go enjoy, and that is my report. Administrator Stone, oh, I do actually have one other item, I'm so sorry. A special congratulations goes out to candidates who are local and statewide who were elected in office on Tuesday. Our heartfelt gratitude goes out to all candidates for their time, their talent, and hard work that is spent in their communities, serving their neighbors every day. And that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. Item A, and the only item this evening, Resolution 2023-26, is a resolution approving a 6-month time extension on the zoning code update professional services agreement with Tesca, Inc.
Thank you. Going to ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2023-26, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Page. A
Second.
second? Trustee Kagan, thank you very much. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Kagan,
Aye.
trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Any unfinished or new business to come before the board this evening? If not, we will move to our adjournment. We do have the need to convene an executive session following tonight's adjournment of our regular board meeting. The purpose of this executive session is to review and discuss the sale or lease of property owned by the public body. Going to please ask for a motion to adjourn our regular board meeting prior to then convening into executive session.
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Krusek, and a second.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. All those in favor, please sign aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. The time is 7:18 p.m. and we are adjourned. Thank you very much for being here this evening.